Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is issue 17 of Building Terminator. The Terminator, sorry, it's the, he's got a the. There's lots of them, but yeah, I don't know why it's the, it's a Terminator really, but yeah. This issue, we've got, after last week's somewhat disappointing plastic heavy part, we've got some heavy metal. We've got some ball joints, some screws, and a big metal skull plate. So that's, yeah, that's worth waiting for. Let me get the plastic out of the way and have a look in the magazine. In this issue, as you might have guessed, we're fitting the sides of the top of the head to the top of the head. So yeah, and these are ball joints for the wrist. That's what the other bits are. So yes, let's progress onwards. We have those. We'll be using the screws. So let me open the screws. What screws have we got? I did skip past that bit quite conveniently. We've got some big ones and some little ones. 17.3 are the normal rounded headed ones, and we've got 17.4, which are the sunken ones that will sit flush, which are the ones that we're going to use later. So the first ones we need are the normal ones. So not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, but those ones, which we've got 5, so one will be spare. Put that over the back there. We've got 4 of those, so one of those will be spare. I'll use those later. So we have the skull that way round, and we have previous issues. We've got the two sides, one that's been weathered and made to look a bit used and worn, and the other one that hasn't, so you can hopefully see the difference between the two of those. That one will be getting the same treatment later on, as will the head. But first of all, we're starting with this one. Let's get rid of the rubbish. It fits in just like that. It's quite nice and easy. There's 2 screws that hold it in place on there. So we're going to grab one of the screws, get it in the right place on the screwdriver, line that up. Now the frame of this piece is metal, but the interior sort of brain piece is plastic, so it's not massively heavy, but it is substantial enough that, you know, it needs to be held in place quite securely. So we'll grab the 2 screws. I put the first one in not tight, as ever. You should always get all the screws lined up so you can make sure it all fits where you want it to be, like that. There you go, before you tighten them up. So then we can tighten them up. That one there, and that one at the back. There you go. So that's one side, and we're going to do exactly the same the other side. Now this is before I've weathered and dirtied that one up, but that's not a problem. It's all exterior parts, so I can always get to that easily to do the upgrades and modification video on that shortly, later in the month. So let's tighten that one down now, and then tighten down the first one again. So there we have the starting. The head's starting to come together. It's looking good. I'm quite happy with that. That's not bad at all. It's got some scuffing and marks on there. So if you wanted to do a completely polished, shiny version, the finish on this is not great. But mine's not going to be like that. It's going to be a bit worn and scuffed. So that's actually sort of pre-damaged. So I'm okay with that. Let's put that to one side. And we're going to be going to the hand. I've got the hand previously, the 3 screws that we need, and the 3 ball joints. They're all the same by the looks of it, so we don't need to worry about which is which. And they go into 3 of these holes, there, there and there, with a screw holding each one in place. So that's, again, all fine, easy, no troubles at all. Now these are all obviously separate pieces, They do have a shaping to them, 2 flat sides, so they'll go in one of 2 different directions. So make sure you get them lined up properly, and then they won't rotate while you're trying to screw them in. So that's that one. Excuse me, I've got a cough now. Let's get the other 2 in as well. Let's check to make sure which ones I'm doing. It's this side. Get that one started. There we go, and then it can lock in place, and I can somehow hold that in while tightening it down. There you go. That one. And finally, the last one over the other side, over there. Get these fingers out of the way so I can actually get to it. There we go, and that is, as it says, stage complete. The skull is taking shape and ball joints have been added to the palm of the hand, just in case we didn't notice what we've been doing for the last few minutes. So there you go, we've got ball joints down there now, which I would assume are going to connect into these parts there. I'm not going to push them in now, but there seems to be 3 of them, and there's 3 of them. So that's obviously going to attach by a bigger one on there, and then those 3 will go in there, and that will give us some movement, and obviously these being pistons, it's all going to work fine. So there we go, that's that, and that's the skull. Let's have a flick through the magazine as ever and see what else you're going to be talking about this time. Forbidden Planet, old classic. The robot's a bit different to the robot we're building. And the real world science is Observing the Universe, the Most Advanced Telescopes, Part 1. So guessing Part 2 will be next week, that's the way they seem to go. Next issue, we have insert and secure the eye motor in the casing of the head. So the eye motor will be next time. So stick around for that. We'll see you soon for that, and come back soon for more. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.